Marvel Rivals might be the best game of all time, and also Susan Storm is bad as hell. But that's besides the point though. Today we're going to be studying the Marvel Rivals art style. Because I mean, look at this bro, I mean it's peak. But really though, I really feel like there are some things that we can learn from this art style that we can implement into our own work, so you know, steal like an artist, to in turn make them better. And I have 3 pieces that I did in this video that explain just that.
It ain't about money. I can show you the world, girl.
Marvel's Rivals, blah blah blah, fun game, better than Overwatch, yada yada yada. But most importantly, the art and the art style and the art direction as a whole is just amazing and phenomenal. It sucks that we can't really find who did what exactly, but to be honest, shout out to the art team director and just everyone who worked on the game as a whole. From the 3D designers to the 2D artists, they all just meshed together to create this beautiful game that created even more beautiful characters. I ain't gonna lie. The art style of Marvel Rivals is truly something to be studied, to be honest, because it fuses the comic style really well, but also makes it really stylized and unique, and really sets it apart from other hero shooters like Overwatch, Paladins, and a few other knockoffs if you want to note them. Like with the subtle like highlights that they add to the sides of the characters while also keeping that posterized look, just really, that was a lot of words. It just really blends in all those elements from the comics and still makes it, you know, fun to look at. Every single character has so much energy and just so much like they just all have aura to them. Even Jeff and his freaking land shark, bro. One thing that really stood out to me was like if you really zoomed in, it had a little bit of those like comic dots, you know, which are a really nice callback to the comics, you know what I'm saying, like the iconic, you know, like dots that they put in, and the chromatic aberration, which really adds like a really cool kind of like futuristic effect, and it really plays into the larger narrative of the Marvel's Rivals lore, of it having to do with like interdimensional shit. And you know what I'm saying, if you remember back to the Spider-Verse, there was a lot of that kind of thing going on as well. Not like the same thing, but like similar thing to give that kind of same effect. You know what I'm talking about. Now for those who've been watching for a while, I was gone for a month. I know, I went to the store and I never came back with the milk, but I did come back with a Marvel's Rivals addiction. It was really, really bad. Still is bad. I'm fiending. If y'all were over here on stream, we chose who we were gonna draw. So initially the plan was to draw Penny Parker, Spider-Man, and Scarlet Witch. And I initially started it on stream, and that was literally the worst day to draw it in, because at this point I haven't digitally drawn in a month. So this was that. Yeah, no, this was bad. I wasn't really enjoying it. I could have just trusted the process. I do still plan on going back on it though, because I really like the way the structure was. But in the meantime, we went back to our old reliable. Now going to this, I later found out that it was a pretty daunting task, to be honest, because I'm very much used to just drawing the anime style, just replicating it. But this time I took the challenge upon myself to merge my kind of style that I've been cultivating for a while and kind of fuse it in with the Marvel's Rivals aesthetic. I mean, that was the goal here, you know what I'm saying? And then try and create something new that was from me, from my soul, from my brain. So with me being Penny Parker, man, I decided to draw my goats first. Starting with this, I didn't really know what to do with it, but I just decided to just work off the inspiration from one of her victory poses. Kind of started off with a hand first because that was what I was most confident with. But to be honest, bro, I really wasn't sure how to draw her face. Her face is a lot smaller compared to the other, you know, characters in the game. She's literally a child, you know what I'm saying? So obviously she would have like a more, you know, like squished in face. I'm very much used to drawing longer faces. This was definitely a challenge to me, but I definitely was able to like break it down. I'm not dancing. One thing for sure, and what you guys said in stream too, was to like help break it down and to think of stuff in shapes, and that helps me a lot to try and understand Penny's proportions a bit more when it comes to her face. And I kind of just built it up as I went. Started off with the hand, just using a reference of a photo that I took just to kind of help me like form up the perspective, and I kind of like built it from there actually, because normally I'll start it from the face, but this time I started off with the hands, and that's something that I kind of prefer to do more now, because I feel like there's so much more expression that you can get with the hands that I feel that I have more ability to do than with faces, if that makes sense. I just have more practice drawing hands. But yeah, no, I just coupled that with a little heart that pops off on her victory screen. I wanted to add her robot, but I don't like drawing robots. To be honest, I just haven't had much experience with it. So I was planning on putting Bra on like the right side, but we can leave that for another day. I did start on stream like outlining that out, so I don't know if I'll finish it by the time this video is up, but this is what I have so far. Kind of made some like changes with like the face, trying to squish it in a bit more just to kind of fit Penny and to make it look more like Penny. It was pretty much fried chicken from there. Let me know what you think. So after Penny Parker, I decided to draw our crazy mother herself, Scarlet Witch. Initially, I didn't even want to draw her at all. It wasn't until I saw a specific skin on stream that I was like, hey, I might have to draw this shit. So here she is right here. I really took the liberty of like taking my time with this, you know what I'm saying? I initially wanted to like stop halfway and not even put the black portions. But again, I started off with the hands again, you know, inspired of the victory pose of her like, you know, like doing that. She does a lot of stuff with her hands, so I was like, hey, I know for a fact that I'm gonna thrive with this, and I felt pretty confident doing this whole thing as a whole. I'm really surprised I was able to go beyond just doing the hands and the face, and I actually took the challenge upon myself to do the body too. And y'all know me with anatomy, bro. not the best. But I think it came out pretty nice. I just thought of everything as a 3D shape again, and it kind of helped me go through it while using references. And I'm slowly learning, and I'm becoming a bit more confident with doing bodies. Basically went over everything with a pencil, obviously, and then I went over the part that I wanted it to be like the orb thing that she uses for her chaos ultimate, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of show the chaos of it. I have no idea, bro. Just to show the irregularity in the regular. Hey, I was missing Kagurabachi, so I added the black shit to the eye. Just like Hakuri, when he uses his power, his eye goes black and like the things start like, you know, like spotted out. It's pretty cool. Read Kagurabachi if you haven't, bro. 10 out of 10 series. And you'll be a 10 out of 10 viewer if you like and subscribe. And I tried to do like an eye study at the back because I wasn't really sure how to do the second eye, so I just kind of like roughly drew that just in tandem with that. I need to stop drawing stuff and then just giving up. It's a really bad thing. Well, I don't think it's a bad thing, but like it just gets annoying when I flip through my book and I just see so many works in progress that I've never finished. I think it's great and rewarding for myself even more to, you know, sit down and finish a piece. So on the stream, I also drew her again. Well, I first of all drew her there. I don't know, bro. Sometimes I just feel like I have to take a break from what I'm drawing to draw something else, and then I'll come back to it. I don't know why. I just feel like I have to do that. So I kind of drew her from a similar angle. I really like the face that I did it in. It looks pretty cool. I had major issues doing like the helmet thing. That was a big thing, even with the sketch on paper that I did. But I kind of figured it out. Just dude, you literally just have to break it down to the shapes, bro, and it makes it so much easier. And then shortly after that, I decided to draw a character that I didn't think that I would ever draw. So I initially wanted to draw Spider-Man as a final character, and I was like, I don't think I can be as expressive with Spider-Man because he doesn't really show his face, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he like expresses himself with his body. I was like, let me just look through who else could be a better fit, and I was like, why not Mantis? Mantis is a pretty cool character. I really love her battle pass skin. She was literally the reason as to why I bought the battle pass. Hey, she looked kind of bad as hell. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wasn't gonna draw that skin. Drew this. It was inspired off of a piece I saw on Twitter of Hawks just covering his face. If y'all were on stream, you would see that. If y'all want me to stream more, let me know. Y'all might actually be seeing these videos made in real time. I kind of drew her just like holding her face. Kind of wanted to go over it with black pen just to kind of, you know, make her eyes stand out a bit more because she has big black pupils in her eyes, and her eyes are just very, very dark in general. So I really wanted to show that too. I actually finished it off, add like the shoulders and everything. I think one thing that I did really good with this piece, I think the hand placement too, and like the speed that I did it in. I did it pretty quick. I ain't gonna lie, I did it in about like an hour 30. Like it really didn't take much time at all because I was getting pretty complacent with like the hands. I was thinking about it a bit way too much. Also, mostly because I was trying not to look at the reference as much as possible, just so that I could use my own brain meats and kind of solve this problem myself. But it's not bad looking at the reference every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of just flowed from there, added the hair, you know, it pretty much looks like Mantis. One thing that this whole thing really taught me was being able to translate characters into my own style while adding the features that make the characters the character. That was like one issue that I was really worried about when making this. And obviously this isn't the first time that I've done this. I've done this with Gojo multiple times and a few other characters that I've drawn in the past. One thing about redraws is still capturing that likeness of the character and still recognizing their features through that, like, oh, this is Nami, this is Robin, this is Osama bin Laden. I don't know, bro. And still translating that through your own style and just thinking of the character's proportions really helped me kind of, you know, mold it into the character that I want with my style, you know what I'm saying? Because you could draw a character that looks like Luffy, but if it doesn't have the scar at the bottom, it just literally looks like a regular old guy, but in another style. I know I'm literally saying the obvious, but it's just shit that I learned. I love interacting with you guys as per usual, and I would love it if you guys checked out this video right here. It's like pretty cool. I mean, like nigga said that it was pretty nice, so you might want to check it out, bro.